Welcome in. This is Traveling Treasures. My name is Taryn, and this is my bestie, Tori. And we are here to introduce to you our new assistant. This is Mandi over here. And Mandy's over in Colorado with me, and Tori's in New Mexico still. So we're so excited that we get a chance to introduce Mandi. So, Mandi, how are you related to Tori again?
Tori
How do
is
you know
my
Tori?
stepmom's niece, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Tori
Yeah.
is your stepmom's niece.
She's my stepmom's niece.
But we're cousins. She's my cousin.
Well, hi, Tilly.
That's pretty sweet. She's your stepmom's niece. I didn't realize that. That's cool. There's little Tilly.
She was like, I want to
Hi,
be on the
Tilly.
show
Tilly, our-
too.
Hello,
She
Tilly's
wants to be on
Tilly.
the show too. So when you read Tilly Tales, this is what we're talking about. Tilly Tales.
So yeah, my cousin
Yeah.
Mandi has joined our little team here at HWTT. She's gonna be our assistant. You might see her on a couple episodes now and then. Later on, we're also
Normally, I'll be behind the scenes.
yeah. But we're also going to interview Mandi later on about some of her life experiences and the things that she's working on, and that's going to be a really fun episode too. But anyway,
For real. So we decided to bring Mandi onto the team because the first time we talked to her, we laughed so hard that our ribs hurt the next
yeah,
day.
and we
And,
laughed for 3 hours, by the way.
oh, at least. The camaraderie is just excellent, and
Mhm.
I'm so grateful to have Mandi on the team. Mandi's going to be helping us with emails and helping us with podcast
Mhm.
stuff and editing and
Patreon and
anyway,
all
it's
the things.
Patreon, all the
All the
things.
things.
So thank you, Mandi. Thanks
All
for
the-
joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm honored. I just love what you guys are doing and the premise behind it. And I think it's wonderful. And I'm excited.
Thank you.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, we're very
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you located and how many kids? I mean, you don't have to tell us the exact city or anything, but tell us how many kids you have and how many dogs you have, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I'm in northeastern Colorado, the land of flat and corn. Um, I have lived in northeastern Colorado for about 10 years now, 9 or 10 years. I came from the Front Range, Fort Collins, where I grew up and went to high school and graduated and all that fun stuff. So moving out here was a culture shock for sure. Because
I bet.
it's just a lot of farmland and cows and corn and, not much to do. When I moved out here, I had three biological children, and then I started doing foster care for the county that I lived in. And I ended up adopting three kiddos out of foster care. So now I have six kids and I have three boys that live at home with me, just me and my boys all the time. And raising boys is hard. It's hard work. We have my three boys and two dogs, and that's all the life we have in our house, and it's a lot of life, a lot of different lives.
Mhm.
How does that poem go? Something about snails and
Oh
puppy dog
yeah.
tails.
Let's see.
Little girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, and little boys are made of tails
Snails and puppy
of
dog well,
Tails and
snakes and snails and puppy dog tails.
snakes and snails and
Is
puppy
that what
dog
it is?
tails.
Snakes and snails? Snails.
that
Something like
poem
that.
does not
I'll go with
that
that.
poem that poem does not mention anything about the smells that come with boys.
You
It
gotta
needs
you
to
gotta
because
put your
I
gas
wouldn't
mask on
I
before you
wouldn't
walk into
repeat
their room.
yeah, that
My basement smells a little bit
horrible.
like a bear den, yep.
I'm I'm sure a bear den smells better because I get knocked over with BO.
Yep. I
It's
remember those days.
Boys,
Yeah, my 2 boys,
boys,
Yeah.
boys.
they had their own rooms, but my older boy always he, like, took over my younger boy's room and they shared. Even though they could have had their own rooms, but they always shared, and whew! And it was in the basement, which, thankful for me. And, my oldest daughter had to share a bathroom with them, so, poor her.
Oh, I refuse.
We have this.
Yeah,
I refuse to
You
share a bathroom.
refuse.
yeah. That's how I was too. I was like, "I want my own damn bathroom."
I was gonna say Tori's like
Yep.
that.
Yep. I know we
Yep.
had 3
I don't blame you.
bathrooms, and it was supposed to be obviously the master bedroom had a bathroom off of it, so that was my bathroom, and I had to share with my husband, whatever, that's another story. And then we had the main bathroom on the main floor was supposed to be Caitlin and Isaac, or Caitlin and Michael rather, because they got along, so their bedrooms were next to each other. And then downstairs was Emily and Isaac, because they got along, so they shared a bathroom together. Until Michael moved downstairs, and then it was whatever. But
Then it was
yeah.
chaos.
No,
Yeah.
my boys are in the basement and I go down there to do laundry and that's it because oh, it's so gross. I
Yeah.
refuse to use their bathroom. I refuse to let them use my bathroom.
Yep.
You know, just like
It's like a
I've
frat
gotten
house
so much
down there.
clean. It's disgusting.
How old are they?
So my oldest boy here is 16, and then the middle boy is 12, and then my youngest is almost 8. He'll be 8 in December.
Aw.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so there's a big, age gap between the youngest and the oldest, and good Lord. Sometimes I just want to tape them together just because something's got to make them get along.
Right? Oh my god.
My friends had this like size 4X t-shirt that they bought, and they wrote on the t-shirt, "This is our get along shirt." And they would put both kids in the shirt until they could get along.
That's awesome.
They had to wear
That
the
would
shirt
work.
for like half an hour or something. "This is our get along shirt."
That would work, but my 16-year-old is 5'7", and my little guy is like 4 foot.
Well, just have the older
Make 'em
one
do it
carry the
anyway.
little one.
That's right.
Right? And run him on like a
Stick that
backpack.
shirt over him.
The same dad was a good sized dad. Like he was a good sized boy, and he took his belt off and he wrapped his belt around his 2 daughters and belted them together. And he's like, you guys are going to vacuum this living room. You're going to dust this living room. You're going to clean that bathroom. You're going to do all this stuff belted
That's
together.
funny.
So, well, were they back to back belted
Those
together?
kids turned out beautiful, by the way. They are the best kids I know. Hands
Might have
down.
to might have to belt mine together. Huh.
There you go. That's all you gotta do.
Try it. Just tie them together.
If
Get
that
along,
works.
or else.
I'm not a butler.
You know what my mom used to do too? My sister and I used to get in these big fights, and she would pull a fork out of the drawer. She'd give us each a fork, and she'd say, "You guys hate each other so much, poke each other's eyes out." And we'd go, "No, I don't want to poke my sister's eye out. I love my sister. I don't want to poke her eye out." They did that to Lacey, though, my third sister. Like, here,
She's like,
poke her eyes out. Lacey's like, "Ah!"
oh my God. My
My
dad
mom had to pull her off of Tamara.
I 100% see that. I totally can see that.
Lacey was like,
Lacey's like, "Come
"Don't
on
have
it."
to ask me twice. I'll kill a bitch."
she learned early how to shank a bitch, huh?
She sure did.
Tamara was 10 years older than Lacey. And Tamara did not like the fact that she was misplaced as the baby in the
Yep.
family. She was mad about it. She was so mad about it. And she was so mean to Lacey all the time, and then Lacey was like, so here we are. Lacey's like 6 years old and Tamara's 16, right? And mom says, here, poke each other's eyes out. And Lacey's like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her.
See,
Totally deserved.
I think that's the issue between my 16-year-old and my 7-year-old is
Mhm.
that the 16-year-old was the baby.
Mhm.
He was the youngest, he was the only child at home, and then I adopted.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't,
He
the
wasn't the
baby
baby.
anymore. And
Mhm.
I think that just really kind of screwed with his head. But I'm like,
Mhm.
you'll learn.
He'll live.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. He got misplaced, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow up a richer person
Yeah.
because he's had the experience of getting those siblings and
Yeah.
helping them out and getting through
Mhm.
this part of his life. It's gonna be good for him in the
Oh,
long
yeah.
run,
Yeah.
even if he's frustrated right now.
And I like it's just us. It's
Mhm.
just us. I'm like, you guys are going to be the ones you're going to call each other when you get in trouble.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
going to call each other when you need help, and
Mhm.
you got to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, my
I
sister
think
and
they're
I
all
yeah, my
sorry.
sister and I are 8 years apart, and so we never really got along either, and for me, it wasn't just that she, because I was an only child before she came along, and then she came along and screwed it all up. But, like, even now, we still don't get along, and when she got older, it was like she only called me when she was in trouble. That was the only time she ever called me. I needed to come and bail her out of jail, or I needed to come and beat up her abusive boyfriend, or you know what I mean? Whatever the case was.
See,
But
I was the youngest on from my mom, and
mhm.
then the oldest on my dad's side.
Mm,
So I had both worlds going on,
yeah.
and then put them together, I'm the middle.
Yeah.
And so it was just like it was a whole different world for me. But
I could imagine.
my older sisters and I that I grew up with, we're only
Mhm.
2 years apart each. So my
Oh,
my
okay.
oldest sister is 4 years older than me,
Mhm.
and my middle sister is 2 years older than me.
Mhm.
But then my little sister is she's 6 years younger than me, I think.
Mhm.
And then my dad had two boys when I was in high
Mhm.
school. And
How
so
old or
like
how what's the
my
difference between you and Richard?
Richard is how old is Richard? 32?
God, I don't even
Because Scott
remember.
just turned 30. But
Okay.
Scott is 3 months older than my oldest son, Trevor,
Wow.
who's 30.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I was pregnant with Trevor carrying around newborn Scott.
So that means, you and Aunt Sissy were pregnant at the same time for a little while there, right?
You want to talk about awkward? My stepmom and I are both pregnant.
I
Whoa!
could imagine.
Your stepmom
Yep.
and you were pregnant at the same
Yep.
time?
Yep.
Whoa.
Mhm. Yeah, and, like,
Yeah.
I know what you mean because I was carrying around Scotty when I was pregnant with Emily. I babysat Scotty and Rachel towards the end of my pregnancy, and so I carried him, and he clung to me. Like, he did not wanna have anything to do with anybody else. Every time I was there, it was me, clung to me, and, all the way till the day I had Emily. So
Yeah. He was
he's, like, about a year older than Emily, so
yeah, he's
Who is Scotty again? Is that your
that's
that's
my
her youngest
youngest brother.
brother. And so that's Aunt
Oh, your
Sissy and
youngest brother.
Royce, he's their youngest.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Got you.
So
So that was the brother she was pregnant with.
Yeah,
How
and
funny.
so Mandy, in case you haven't put this together, Mandy is Andy's stepsister.
Whoa.
Taryn knows Andy.
Yeah. Oh, everybody knows Andy.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that, Mandy?
You know, when Andy and I first met, we hated each other. Absolutely hated.
Yep.
She tormented me. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Like
I
just
can see
we
that.
hated we hated each other. And then
I love this story.
God, just one day we got along. It was so weird. I don't know what happened. Just one day we got along and
You
we've gotten
do
along
know
ever
what
since.
happened that day out on the street. Remember?
Oh my God.
You have
Yeah,
to tell that story.
that was that was a funny day. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even remember it now. So you put me on the spot. I can't
I
remember it.
know, I'm the same way. Okay, I'll refresh your memory. So Mandy was you know when we used to cruise Main Street, right? Andy was in a car
Yeah.
cruising and Mandy was standing on the, by what was it, by Dairy Queen with her friends, and as
Yeah.
Andy drove by in the car, she was hollering out, I don't remember what she hollered out at Mandy.
She yelled something at me because she just was always like threatening to kick my ass and
Yeah.
stuff. And I said something like, "Is this because I don't want to kiss you, or I didn't want to kiss you, or something?" I was, what are you saying?
Could you imagine?
And that put her in her
Yeah, could
place.
you imagine seeing Andy and all her friends? She was probably mortified.
Excellent, Mandy. I love
Right?
that. I love that.
Yes.
So my experience with Andy was that we were a little bit younger than her, and so therefore we were never cool
Yeah.
enough to hang out with
We
her.
were
Like she had all her friends
Mhm.
and her shit going on, and we were just never. Tori and I were not allowed. We were just like second class
Yeah.
citizens. Go the fuck away. I don't know
Well,
what.
she's a whole 9
She
months
Yeah.
treated
older
me
than we
like.
are.
This, she was in the gang, don't you know? The Longmont. I don't know the what gang was she
She's
in?
only 9 months older. And here I was like 6 years old, fucking mortified of
Yeah.
her because she was older than me.
Well, she used to okay, so her and I used to, because we lived really close to each other when we lived in Southmore Park. I lived on Bowen Street and she lived around on Holly. And so we used to walk to each other's houses all the time and we used to beg our moms, please, we want to stay the night. We want to stay the night. And our moms were always like, hell no. All you guys ever do is fight. No, we're not doing that again. And we'd beg and beg and beg until they gave in, right? And so we'd go to whoever's house and we'd spend the night, and sure as shit, we'd be fighting because she'd always try and beat me up, and I was younger than her and smaller than her, so we'd always be in the room and we'd always get in trouble for fighting. And but the next weekend we were doing it again.
I just can't even believe she's only 9 months older. I thought she was like 3
Nope,
years
she's
older.
9
I
months
thought she
older.
was like
9 months. She was born in January, so and I was born in October. Yep.
November. Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Isn't that funny that we keep those things like so ingrained deep in
Mhm.
us from when we were little tiny
Mhm.
people? We're only like I'm serious. I'm remembering her in that Holly Street
Mhm.
address. We were only in what, fourth or fifth grade at the most before they moved out of
Yeah,
there,
well,
right?
I moved when I was in 4th grade. You were in 5th grade.
But I had to walk past that house to get to middle school.
Yeah,
And I remember thinking about her every time I passed that house. Every time
I
I
bet.
passed that house, I was like, "Oh, there's Andy's house." Ah!
Yeah. I don't
It's
know. I
like
don't
that
remember how
haunted
old we
house
were when they
everybody
moved out of that
they
house.
scare their kids to go up to.
Oh, man. And then
Yeah, she was
what's
mean.
She was mean. And what's funny is, so when I was a teenager, when we moved back to Longmont, um, we lived on East 4th Avenue. And then Aunt Sissy and Royce, when they got married, they moved to Goss, which is right, and they were on the corner of Goss Street and East 4th Avenue. And that was when the first time I met Mandi, is when they were living at that house. Do you remember that?
How old were you guys then?
Oh gosh,
I
I
don't even
think
remember.
I was probably, 21, 22.
21 or 22. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
So because I think, well, no, maybe I was like 19 or 20.
I was gonna say, I think we were a little
Do you
bit
remember my
younger.
dad's truck?
The blue one?
That the Yeah.
Yeah.
So he decided to have my son Trevor, who was like maybe 2 years old, sit
Uh-huh.
in it. And then I didn't know that the stick shift in it wasn't your normal like stick shift. It was
Mhm.
a park reverse drive. My
Mhm.
kid pops it into reverse and it rolls down the driveway into
Oh no.
a neighbor's car. I was like, you wanted him in there. It was so stupid.
Oh my god, how funny. I vaguely
Like,
remember
oh,
that.
he
I
ain't
don't think I
gonna hurt
was there, but I vaguely remember it happening.
nothing. Yeah.
One time my dad was a stockbroker and in the 80s, and he was a big jerk. Like he was so mean all the time and mad about everything all the time. He was so mad. So mad. Anyway, so he took us we had a 1970s model VW microbus, and he parked
Ooh.
it outside of his stock brokerage, and he went in to go talk to the office, and he told us, he's like, under no circumstances come inside, you need to stay in this car, you need rah, 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 just stay right here, I'll be right back. We were like 3 and 5. Okay, so this was the 80s, and he's like, stay in the car. So he goes inside to the office, and all of a sudden the van starts rolling backwards, okay, into Main Street.
Oh my God.
So I got down on my hands and knees and I was pushing the brake pedal. How the hell did I know? I was 5 years
Right?
old, right? But I knew which one was the brake pedal, and I was pushing it with my hands. And I told my sister, I'm like, come over here, hold the brake. Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
5, right? This was my logic. You hold the brake. I'm going to go tell dad. So I made my sister hold the
Your
brake,
3-year-old
my
sister.
3-year-old sister. And then I ran inside to go tell dad. I opened the door and he's like, God damn it, rah, 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 I told you to say. I'm like, but dad, the van is in Main Street.
And then you got yelled at for letting the van go into Main Street.
I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, it could have been that
Oh
way.
my goodness.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a whole different world.
Yeah, it
Like, who
was.
the hell would leave their 3-year-old and their 5-year-old in the car
Well,
right now?
nowadays,
You know
Like,
what?
you guys
Okay,
stay in the
these
car
days
while I
they
go to work
can't
for
leave
a
your
couple of
kids in the
minutes.
car anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I know. Those were the days of there were very few seatbelts those days. And
We didn't have seatbelts in
yeah,
that
we
van.
didn't have
We
them
had
in
a
our car either.
bench
Yep.
seat, and then the back was a
Yeah.
bed. And my parents actually put in a net
Mhm.
in the back of the van so that when they slammed on the brakes, we would literally fall into the net and fall back on the mattress. That was their child
I
protection
love it.
Okay, you guys want to hear about
system.
childhood trauma? So the truck my dad has, right?
Yeah.
There's only 2 seats in it.
Yeah.
Okay? So he was married to my little sister's mom,
Uh-huh.
and what they did was they bolted my little sister's car seat into like the center console that
Uh-huh.
was just where the engine was. So they bolted that on there, and he built a fucking wooden box for me on the back of the truck. And that's where I fucking stayed, in my wood box.
Just put Mandy in a wooden box in the back of the truck.
Yep. Had my own little pine casket back there. It's fucking terrible. I still give him crap for that,
Oh my!
because
I
who
did not
does?
know that. I'm gonna have to tell him all about that. I'm gonna have to be like, I can't believe you put Mandy in a box in the back of the truck.
Put baby in the box. I still have
Tori, do you
nightmares
remember
about
my
that
dad's Monte Carlo?
Yes.
That thing was like 3 blocks long and it
Yep.
was like 2 blocks
Yep.
wide, right? The thing was like a tuna boat. And it had the back window had a shelf in it, and then it had the window like came
Yeah.
up that way. And so a kid could totally lie down on that shelf
Yep.
back there between the window and the back of the car.
Mhm.
And we would go hauling down I-25 with me laying back there. Like, I remember Tori being up there
I
with
remember
me, like
that.
the two of us just cruising
Yep.
back there.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can see it because my mom used to have a Monte Carlo.
Mhm.
That thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
Mhm.
Was it silver?
it was white with a red interior.
Oh wow.
Oh, ours was silver.
Do you remember my
So
dad's
big.
uh Impala? My dad's big pink Impala with the fish fins on the
Yes.
back.
That was
Oh
pretty
hell yeah, I
sweet.
loved that car. That car we didn't have seatbelts in either, and when my sister was born, well, they barely even had car seats back then, and oh god, I remember the car seat that she did have was just like it was like a bouncer nowadays. The bouncer seat. It was just nothing.
Like one of
Yep.
those little ding, 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 ding.
But most of the time I held her in the car. I would just have her on my lap in the car, and none of us had seatbelts on, and we'd be driving down the road. Here I am in the front seat holding my baby sister in my arms.
It's a completely different
Oh
time.
yeah. Oh yeah. It really was.
Well, yeah, I think I'd call the police if I saw anybody with their kid in a box in the back. I'd be like, I'll live that
This guy's human
You're not
trafficking.
that fucking kid.
I'd like to report a kid in a box.
It's kind of like a Jack in the Box, only a child in there, and I don't think you can pop out the top.
I know there's no seatbelts in that son of a bitch.
At least you had
Did
a
your
box.
box have a
It
window
was
so you could at least look out?
horrible. But like so he had those sliding windows in the back. So if I wanted to talk to him, I'd open the window, but then he'd lock the window. So I got nowhere. No one to talk to. No seatbelt. Just
No
me
air
back there
conditioning.
with some fucking toy. It's horrible.
Here, Mandy.
It was horrible.
I'm gonna put you in the box. Here, play with this. Leave us alone. Don't talk to us. Don't look at us.
I'm like, hey! Let me out of the box!
So one time my grandparents, this was like 1980, I don't know, 83, 84, my grandparents had one of those little Toyota pickup trucks with the little camper shell on the back of it. So the Toyota pickup truck was only big enough for the two of them, right? And the cooler or whatever up front. And then my cousin and I had to ride in the back of the van or the back of the truck with the camper shell on it.
The beer
we were on I-25.
You didn't.
What was that? The
beer
cooler got to ride up front, but we
front,
didn't.
you
Right.
didn't.
We were in the back. We had
Priorities,
sleeping bags,
guys.
luckily. But we got into a hailstorm with like golf ball size hail. And my cousin and I are in the back of this, this little tiny pickup truck with this aluminum, camper shell, and we could see the hail dinging through the thing, and we're screaming, and we're like pounding on the window. We're pounding on that little window. And they pulled over, my grandparents pulled over, and they were talking to us through the window. You guys are okay. You're okay. You guys just keep breathing. Like,
Breathing.
there's nothing they could do for us. We were just inside
keep
this
breathing.
drum, like this big drum. Boom, 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 boom.
Put your helmet on like we showed you.
They told us to put the sleeping bags on over our heads. That's what they told us.
Oh
Oh my God. My Aunt Cello had one of those little Toyota pickup trucks too, only a 2-seater in the front, and all us cousins used to sit in the back of that thing. They didn't even have the camper shell. We just sat in the back and, bounced around in
All
there.
15
Yeah.
of you, like, let's go to the Dairy Queen.
That's right.
Yeah, so my grandpa that lived behind Dairy Queen, had the house behind
Uh-huh.
Dairy Queen. He had one of those.
Yeah.
And so like my cousin Chama and I we would be in there, and that was fun, but we were
yeah.
only in there for like small amounts of time.
Oh God, not
You
us.
know?
We drove from Loveland to Longmont in that truck.
So, no.
I love it when you mention Shama. We got to get Shama on the call at
Yeah.
some point and talk to her again.
Mhm.
I miss Shama. I remember
Yes.
Shama very fondly from when we were little pitty
Mhm.
guys. So I
Seriously.
remember pretending that we could speak Spanish.
I
Shama
never
and I
did.
we were sitting on the front porch at her house, and we were like, "Yo no kalabakineo no makinana makinina marina." The other was like, "Yo no soy."
That's right. We are children of the 80s.
We don't fucking
We had to
care.
speak Spanish by ourselves on the front porch.
And we burned our asses on this slide. The
That's
15-foot
right.
Oh,
slide.
We
God.
liked it. And we got in
Oh.
fights over monkey bars.
Yep. Oh God, did you guys use like we'd hang and like wrap our legs around each other and try and wrestle the
Yes.
other one down?
Oh, I forgot about that. What was that called? Was that like, we called it something dumb, like Indian fighting
I
or
don't
something.
remember what it was called, but yeah,
something
I
like
remember
that.
that.
We're like hanging from the bar, and you have to like leg wrestle each other to try to kick each other off.
So my sister, like at my mom's house, we had this big just patch of dirt in our backyard that,
Mhm.
that didn't have grass or anything. So my sister and I used to mud wrestle.
Oh shit.
And we did
Mud
that.
wrestle.
We did that until my stepdad invited all of his drunk friends over to watch us. mud wrestle. We were just like,
His friends were shocked because he said, "You guys want to come over? I got live mud wrestling, live girls mud wrestling in my front yard." They come over with their beers. Yeah, let's go. And then it's two little girls.
Oh, it was a fucking two teenage girls. There was at least 4 pedophiles there.
Oh hell yeah!
I know, no doubt.
And we're just like, we got mean when we fought. I used to wrap my legs around her waist and like choke the fucking shit out of her.
Now, was this your older sister or your younger sister?
It was my oldest, my first the one 2 years older than me.
Okay.
She was the middle.
Yeah.
Of my mom. It's my family tree is so fucked up.
Is your family tree full of nuts and fruits like mine?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm the only one with a sense of humor. Had to deal with it somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
But yeah,
Got to get through it.
So it was Sherry and I, and yeah, she'd have to like tap out, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Ain't no tapping out here.
All 100 pounds of you. How much did she weigh?
She wasn't that much bigger than me, but she was bigger. Like,
no?
because like I hit my growth spurt in high school, so up until my growth spurt, so I could like a 4-drawer dresser. I was looking up, and I still couldn't see over the top. I was short.
Oh my
So
god.
I was like midget short. And she was like 5'6". So the only thing I could do was get behind her and just wrap my legs around her. Choke her.
So I could just see
So
it
like
now.
anytime
She's
we fight,
she's running around the room with you attached to her back.
But you're like, pew, 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 pew.
she was like, I'm not letting you get behind me.
That's so funny.
I think we should recreate this. Where is this mud
Right?
puddle? Is it still
Right?
there? Let's go
Oh,
find it.
they sold the house.
That's okay.
So,
It's okay.
Aw, that's all right. We'll just show up there anyway.
I got plenty of dirt. I live out in the country. Just bring
Oh,
some buckets of water.
right? Let's do it. Pull out the hose and wet that shit down.
It's exactly what we did. You know,
I'm
and
gonna
of
get
course we're
some.
in
I'm
our
gonna get
bathing
some of
suits. And
those little onesie jumpsuits that we used to wear in the '80s with the ties on the top. You know? Do you remember those? I'm gonna get a couple of those for you and your sister, and we're gonna throw you in the mud pit.
we're gonna start
Those
up
little
the
terry
pole
cloth ones,
wrestling
the little
again.
shorty shorts with the little ties.
Yep, those are the ones.
That'll go on the special needs OnlyFans page.
Yes,
Special needs OnlyFans page.
We're bringing back the gorgeous
Heck yeah.
ladies are wrestling.
that's right. The ladies of the '80s.
The ladies of the 80s.
Now we got to come up with wrestling names.
That's right. That's right.
Minus Tori Moreno.
All inclusive.
Mandy, when you were taking a drink just now, I looked up and I saw you had a toilet or a paper towel roll and that you were going to yell into.
It just kind of looked like that.
And
That's
in
funny.
this corner, we have Tori Moreno.
And then I'm going to get confused because that's my name too. So I'm going to run out there and you're going to be like, wrong Tori.
And her sister, Tori Moreno.
Girl, I told you that is not your name.
It's my whole name.
Slow ass back.
It's my mud wrestling name.
Oh, shit.
That'd be funny. We'd make some money on that.
Hell yeah, we would.
Yeah, we would. For real, for real.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is so fun.
I know. On that happy note, I think I'm going to wrap it up right now. I'm going to say, you know, we're going to have so many more shenanigans. We're going to have so many more stories to tell. We're going to have so many more
Laughs.
adventures together because Mandy and I are planning on going to see Tori here in the beginning of October. We're going to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival together, and we're going to be doing a show from the Albuquerque Balloon Festival
Absolutely.
too. So look forward to that. And thank you all for joining us. Happy travels, everybody.
Happy travels indeed.
It's nice to meet you.
See you soon.
Bye.